computer research or phone surveys or anything like that.
What's up?
Hey, what's up? What is up?
It's this crazy coming to the end of another month. This week has been crazy. Especially what's been going on in this country and stuff. And this technology wise, it's been foolish. That's why I said, yep, need a break. Need a break from all this shit. I'm kind of following how Bill Maher is doing. He's coming back on the 29th, which is a Friday, and we're going to come back on the 31st, which is a Sunday of July.
Of July?
So, yep. So, you know, we're gonna do it like we did Christmas time, but we're going to still have our break at Christmas time also. This year has been very challenging about a lot of stuff. It's just too much, and I need a break from all this shit. So all right, people.
I ain't mad at you.
Yes.
I ain't mad at you.
I know. You probably need another break. You need a break too, probably. So that way we can recharge, maybe strategize for some things that when we come back, I don't know. Just take it as it is. It's just
the
tune we're gonna get on with this shit. Yeah, streaming. My internet was out for a couple of days. In fact, everything was out.
For real?
Yeah, it's just the line
power too?
Away from, huh?
Your power too?
You say? No, the power wasn't.
Your power too?
Out. Oh, power. The power was out a little in the early morning. I didn't know until I woke up and it was back on. But no, it's just the internet. Something was going on with that. So my Wi-Fi wasn't working. The TV wasn't working. The phone wasn't. I mean, that's just telling me, yeah, I need a damn break. We've been grinding at this thing since the first of the year.
Have we? Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I know we took a break for we took a break for Super Bowl Sunday, but yeah, since then we've been putting the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, that's right. We did take that little break, but that ain't, you know. So I forgot about we took that break. So yeah, did take that little break, but that ain't, you know. It's what is all that? I hear that feedback from.
Oh, that was my phone. I had to turn my volume down on my phone.
Okay. All these the gremlins of technology have been around too. You know. So people, enough of that, I guess. It's just when you're doing a home business or running from home with technology, I guess all this kind of shit happens. It's not easy really being an entrepreneur in some instances. That's why a lot of people don't do this. But it's better than some of the other shit that you got to put up with when you have a job. That's for damn sure. Since we got 1 week almost under a belt for the being in the summer festival thing, and next week at this time, going to be fireworks hitting all over the place. So we don't, we taking a break at the right time. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna have to probably get me another grill. Cause
Uh, the old one just don't have it no more, huh?
Well, I can't get replacement parts for some burners and stuff because when I go online and put in the
Okay.
unit number, it doesn't come up. This grill, it's hard to believe this grill's about 11 or 12 years old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I got this thing right around when a friend of mine, Lisa, died, and that was like in 2011. So
Okay.
it's
Okay.
11 years old. So I guess it's time for a replacement.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you can't get. I don't think I can get parts for it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and then some of them I can't. It's like they welded. I don't know. It's time for an upgrade, I guess. Looking
Mm-hmm.
to get is something with a smoker thing box attached.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I really. But yeah, people, we here on. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna take a break from the live portion of our show, and I'll be rerunning what you could call best of some of our shows that happens this first 6 months of 2022. In case you haven't engaged or saw any of those will be pre-recorded. We're just not doing a live show for a month. Taking a break. Taking a break. Need a break.
Deserve a break.
Yeah, I guess some of y'all may need a break from us. I don't know, but we're taking a break. This is when you can,
Yeah.
yeah. This is when you can do it when you have control of your own business and and then you got automation to work for you. You don't have to miss a step because you keep people engaged to your show. This is one of the reasons why I started using StreamYard. I said, well, I can use this, take break from the show, automate the business part of it, the show part of it, and do some things I want to do. This is all what
Mm-hmm.
this entrepreneurial home-based business deal is. It's about being able to automate systems, processes, and being able to live your life the way you want on your terms. That's what we've always been talking about since I've been on here in this platform, and this is what I always been talking about when I started this in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So, we it's the lifestyle. Like I said, I don't know, lifestyle is subjective. Man. I mean, what's your thoughts on lifestyle, Kent? Your lifestyle is different from mine,
Yeah.
mine from you.
Yeah. It's definitely a subjective thing because I know you're you're into you're heavily into martial arts. You're in the salsa merengue dancing. You're into um, I would call you a Renaissance man. Um, I'm into
Renaissance man.
yeah because because you I mean, I used to think I was out of the box, but you taught me in so many ways how to think out of the box. It's just like, man, I never came at it from that perspective. Me, I like to keep it, you know, not to say that you don't keep it simple, but I like to keep it simple down home. Break it down to me like I'm a 6 year old. Um, and I I get in the RVs and traveling on the road, stuff like that. Of course, I'm a football fan. I'm an adamant football fan. Well, sports in general, but football and baseball are like my passion thing. So, yeah, I mean, it's just the life. The you don't we don't have to have the same we don't have to have the same lifestyle. We don't have to agree on everything, but we have a core belief we have a core belief about the thing that we do, and that's to help people help themselves, become leaders in their business and get their business to the next level. And we both are jacked about that. So you can enjoy whatever lifestyle that you want to have, that you can do what you want and pick your time to do it. And of course, with health being an issue now more than ever, you wanna have that, not only the financial wherewithal, but the physical and mental wherewithal to enjoy your lifestyle.
Yeah, because a lot of times people, you hear people use the term grind, hustle, and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's okay, but that's not what I got into this to do. Those terminologies usually means something really physical, hard for me from my perspective. And I ain't trying
Right.
to hustle somebody. I ain't trying to grind. This I get it from two perspectives or whatever. Because I use the term, I say we've been grinding this since the first of the year. It takes a lot to uh, plan out what your next week's show gonna be, and how to relate it to what your whole premise of the show, is supposed to be about. And our whole premise of the show is, like you said, is to get people to understand about entrepreneurship and having a lifestyle of your own that you can create for your own. But it takes certain attributes, it takes certain assets to have to create that lifestyle where you don't miss a beat, where you can constantly still keep your business going while you're not there and make money at the same time. That's what people don't understand. People get into this thing that they got to always be grinding and working to make them feel like that they're doing something. Man, I'm not into that shit. I'm not trying to.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't into that macho thing. That a lot of guys, especially brown and like brown black guys, we got there's a lot of this muy machismo that we got to prove something
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
as a man. If we're not doing this and that, we got to be. I only never think I really ever had that, and I had talked to, and I had said this to either my mom or some other people about even when I was coming in through martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
There were certain people who gravitated to certain martial arts styles because if their aggressive personality. Okay. Like a lot of Shotokan, Gojukan kind of martial arts, they're very aggressive styles. They're very hardcore rule Okinawan, and they tend, especially in the black and brown community, tend to attract certain attitudes of people and males that are very aggressive. Now, see, I was never really that way. I think this is why I was attracted to more kung fu, because kung fu was more evasive. You didn't have to be aggressive. You weren't always in the attack unless you were attacked
Mm-hmm.
upon. Um, and that fit who I was personality wise with a lot of other styles like Hapkido and Wing Chun. They're more evasive, like water. Okay, your karate styles are so. I would never like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that that aggressive, uh, foreign type attitude. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's just you just got to know who you are as far as a person and what fits you. It's just like in business, you got to know the same thing. Um, who and the whole attraction marketing scheme is all about you're going to attract certain people that I want to attract, Kent, and vice versa,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
difference in our personalities and everybody else. There's too many times when we hear people talking about attraction, it seems like they put it in the concept that everybody's going to attract the same kind of person. No,
Right.
that's not it. I just saw, and I reposted this. I saw a post by Diane Hawkman talking about the days of following the leader in home business or network marketing. What they said. That's another thing. I wish people just say this is network marketing instead of trying to hide the thing about home. Who gives a fuck about what Facebook don't like, Twitter, and all them shits? That's what we do. As network marketing, we network and we market. You know, there was all this conception about you can't say network marketing because those social media platforms don't like it. Fuck them. Okay, really. That's the way I feel about it. We need to be able to say what it is. We're truly, as entrepreneurs, able to work from home more so than any other time. You know, I remember when I started all this shit, they were talking about working from home. But half the time you weren't home because you trying to chase people down to show them some plan that nobody really gave a shit about.
Yep.
And you either chasing them down, setting up a meeting in a coffee shop, or trying to get them to a group meeting and all that kind of shit. 90% of the time you was out in the street, you were never at home. So like, where did the home-based business concept come from? Now, truly now, we can truly work from home. We can truly work from anywhere. Yes. We can work from home. We can work from a device at home or car, whatever the hell we want to work at. We are truly an entrepreneurial home-based business because of technology, because of the internet, because of social media. We weren't that 20 years ago because we didn't have this type of technology. And, you know, people still trying to put off into this thing about, you know, they keep saying stuff like grind. What do you need to grind for? You got more leveraging software, like what we're going to do for another month. I'm going to automate this whole show. And Kent, me, we go about doing what the hell we want to do. And the show will run without us. That's what we're talking about. This is what we keep stressing to everybody. Don't get caught up in the entrepreneur thing that you gotta quit your job. You gotta do you there. You know who we need to get on the show? From he's one of our colleagues.
Steve again.
He's one of our colleagues in MLSP, Sean.
Yeah.
Because he talks about the part-time thing. I'm gonna reach out to him and maybe we can have him on when we come back on the 31st.
Okay. That'd be great.
So, you know, yeah, because he's always mentioning about part-time work, you know, part-time entrepreneurship. And I would like to get him on there to give his perspective of that and how he managed to do that. So, you know, you always want to get people on your show with a different perspective from you or from yourself. So people say, oh, well, there's other people really doing this. There are people doing this.
Exactly.
And there's people, black people or people of color that are doing this also. We ain't all trapped on the corporate plantation.
Yes, sir.
Getting high blood pressure and dropping dead at their desk. Okay? We need a break from this from time to time also. But that's what I'm going to reach out to him and see if that's something he could do, if he'd like to do. So we have something set up for that 31st when we're going to come back strong, finish out the year. Because we'll take our Christmas break also. You know.
Oh yeah.
Because we're actually going into a third quarter, people. Third quarter of 2022. Halfway through 2022. We just got through with a campaign, a launch campaign. The platform that we learned a lot about doing a lot of this marketing. My Lead System Pro had a big change, and they're still doing a lot of changes. We are able as entrepreneurs able to have access to software where we can actually have a mini My Lead System Pro too for our own self. It's all about marketing and branding yourself that network marketing affiliates don't teach. Okay, they only want you to market their culture, market their talk about their deal and all that. That doesn't brand you as a business person. That's why I've done stuff talking about what's truly your business when without you taking a hold of it as your business and all you doing is repeating something somebody else has set up, it's not truly your business. Because the only reason why network marketing, the whole concept was to get reps like you yourself to get in places that maybe those big companies couldn't get to because they don't have that kind of relationship. Right. That's where the whole relationship thing came. But the problem is there's too many people in the business don't teach the relationship part. They only teach this spamming people or thinking everybody needs, every relationship doesn't always come about as a relationship. And that's the biggest problem in this industry is to make people understand everything's not going to connect as a relationship, business-wise or any-wise. I mean, any relationship you date, you're not going to connect with every girl you meet. Okay, contrary to what some guys think.
Right.
Everyone ain't going to be interested in your ass, no matter what you think you got. Okay, They just don't happen that way. Okay, and we need to understand that. It ain't no different from business. If we're talking about business, it's supposed to be about relationships. That's what we need to get into and really talk authentically from our perspective. And that's where it has to come from. It has to come from, even in a platform with like me and Ken, he's going to have a perspective. I'm going to have a perspective. But like he said, we agree on one thing. It's trying to help people understand who they are basically and get their true authenticity to them so they can spread that word to their teams or whatever. See, that's the true duplication part, not duplicating some method or whatever. Methods change. Okay?
Exactly.
Methods change, evolve, they go out of style or whatever. The biggest part of all this that we do and teach is getting to people to feel comfortable in their authentic self. If you want to really truly build a business that attracts the right people to you, be comfortable with your authentic self. That's what this is about. All the software, all the methods that you will see on even in MLSP are fine. They're just extensions. But if you can't be who you are and quit trying to duplicate your upline, your downline, your sideline, all them people you can't be. They can't help you. They're not building your business. You got to build your business by being truly your authentic self. It's just like in martial arts. Bruce Lee said you got to be your true who you are. He said, don't try to be me. Find who you are. Express your self-expression. And that means through business, that means through all this kind of stuff. And that's all we've really been ever saying to people is learn to be comfortable with yourself. And you're starting to see a lot of that stuff on TikTok. Some people explain that if the person that don't like who you are, they're not the one that should be around you. See, people are getting into that stuff. And we've been talking about this way longer before TikTok and all these other people started talking about this. And I'm not saying we had any influence in it, maybe not. But I have noticed that all that is coming to fruition, is coming alive in the marketplace. And sometimes you need to tell some people to go fuck off because their energy don't meld with yours, and you can't have that if you're trying to truly build a team, an organization, or whatever. You got to have the right type of people. It's like a party, okay? You can have the food, the music. If you don't have the right type of mix of people, that's why you don't invite everybody to your gatherings. Because people bring an energy that you don't need there. So it's the
Exactly.
same thing
Exactly.
with a business. Those people have to have the right energy that will mail it with everybody else. Then you have a good experience, whether it's business setting or a social gathering. It has to be the right kind of people. My parents always knew how to bring the right kind of people to a party or setting so everybody have a good time. If it turned out somebody came in there and kind of brought a bad energy, they don't get invited no more. They don't need that. That ain't what you here to have a good time, here to do this. We ain't trying to do that. And all that kind of attitude should be brought into business. And that's all the personality things that you'll learn with you yourself. That's where it starts. So everybody wants we can direct you to strategies, we can direct you to all that. And some of y'all take care of and some of you don't. But at the end of the day, the only person that can fix you is you. We can't fix you. Okay? We can't fix you. And it's not our job to. Our job is to give you an understanding what needs to be done, directing you on some different things that are getting ready to happen in the market. And there's going to be some stuff happening in the marketplace changing in this second half of the year, contrary to what people think. Because look, with what has happened this week with the Supreme Court decision on women's biological rights and all that crazy ass hot mess, there's going to be some hot mess happening in America in the next few months.
Yes,
Okay?
sir. Yes, sir. That
Because,
and of course, just to pick you off of that, and of course the hearing on they're taking a break now, just just like we
yeah,
will be, but they're taking a break, but they're coming back in July with the completion of the January 6th hearing. So that's going. Yeah. I mean, there was some stuff that a lot of us knew, but there was some stuff that, like, he really did try to run this government like the mafia. He really did.
oh yeah, he could have been five family. Only difference is if this was a true mafia, they just said, "Fuck this, we're going in the mattress and take that fool out." See, that's what people
Mm-hmm.
don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Mafioso boss, they tried to take his ass out already. In fact, they would have tried to take his ass out when he was in office. And everybody knew this bullshit was bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I feel about it. If his ass try to run again, he's sticking his head up out of the damn hole again, trying to do that. They'll be an assassination attempt. Guarantee they will be if he tries to run again. Okay, that's just the way I feel about it, and I believe that it'll be somebody in his own cohorts, because if you look at the whole situation, everybody around him going to jail. You notice that? Everybody's being indicted. And one of his cohorts had his house ransacked just recently, 3:00 in the morning. They raided his house.
Yep.
That's like
That's
thing.
That's why he was pleading the fifth on 125 counts. He pleaded the fifth on 125. Whew.
You can't keep getting away with shit without some repercussions, whether it be through the DOJ or the street. He's gonna have to pay the piper. He ain't gonna get away with this. He's gonna have to pay the piper. Nobody gets away with this shit. Hey, if you look at the third Godfather, when Michael Corleone lost his daughter, his only daughter, to the streets of what he did, and that tore him apart. That's what killed him. At the end, a lot of people don't understand when they saw him crying on the street on the opera stairs, when he just that was the end of Michael Corleone. Everybody knew it. You could see the emotion. That was he was done. He was done before he gave the thing to his nephew. But when his daughter was killed, he was done.
Yeah.
He was done with all this.
Oh yeah.
You know. So
Oh yeah.
if there's going to be something that's going to have to happen to make Trump and a lot of his cohorts shut the fuck up and back the fuck off, because at the end of the day, and I'm telling you, some of these damn GOP Supreme Court people need to be aware also of what they've done. Okay? Because they're part of that problem. They were elected by his cartel, and they are going to be the ones they're going to have to pay also. They better be watching the bear and wear Kevlar. I mean, you can't get away. Keep doing that shit.
Right.
So I you know, it's a messed up situation. But you know what? A long time ago, a friend of mine who was in a lot of, I don't want to call it mysticism, but a lot of different things. She said she was sending me these videos saying that there's going to be a change in the next 5 to 10 years that's start going to clean up a whole lot of shit in government, everywhere. People are going to go down. Things going to get cleaned the fuck up. And maybe that's what's going on now. Because there's too many things. There's too many a big divide between the have and the have-nots. And what gets, and one of my biggest thoughts, and I think this, then I said this once before, and I've said this to you, Kit. I said the biggest problem in network marketing, why there's not a lot of big people of color in this business, because this business is set up in a way that goes against some of our sensibilities about where we've been, how we've been treated in this country, regardless of what success some people had.
Yes.
It's too Christian right-wing influence. They use always those type of ideologies to justify their shit. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
One of the biggest of them all is that we've been around a lot of that, and they try to justify. And some of them people had to pay the price for that shit too, knowing that bullshit. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Knowing he's talking about, you know. That's why we was always talking about what happened to you. You don't hear nothing from nobody. You don't hear nobody from Cincinnati. You don't hear nothing but Scott and MJ Michael. You don't hear nothing from none of these people.
It's just like it. It's just like we said before. Are they in witness protection or something? Because it's just like boom. I'm like, damn, what happened?
Lisa Torres said there's a bunch of investigations going on in the network marketing space.
Oh. You froze up, Greg.
Yeah, I know you did too. What's going on? What's going on in that space? Because there's a lot of illegal shit that's been going on there, and I know the granddaddy of them all probably being investigated also, because what they pulled with us is really bullshit. From one instance of the email they said, and then they changed it, and then want to say, "Oh, this is for every." No, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. The whole industry is going to shit, and they're going to be accountable for the bullshit. Okay, they're going to be accountable for it. I don't give a shit how long you think you've been in business. Sears was in business 100 years before they had to go out of business and go brick and mortar. I mean, go online.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised in the next 6 months we're going to hear some real news in the whole so-called network marketing industry is going to really change. It's going to really force these companies to actually do marketing and networking. They're going to actually have to start teaching that, which the whole premise of the profession is based upon. Not all this chasing motherfuckers about and using your Christian beliefs about some bullshit that really ain't got shit to do with what we're trying to do here.
That's
and
right.
If somebody don't want to be in that part of that, you just block them out, or you don't associate with them because they ain't in your close shit like that. But yet you're gonna use Christian theologies and say stupid shit like that. I don't, there's a whole lot of stuff is getting ready to happen and change. I feel.
Yeah. Yeah,
And we're witnessing.
It's bound to happen.
Yeah, it's happening.
It's bound
now.
to happen. Yeah.
You know, because you remember when Amway was almost a $20 billion company at one time until that shit happened.
Yes.
In 2012,
Yes.
something happened, and they got investigated, and they only been about $8 billion. They have not regained that momentum since then.
Yes, and of course, with that happening, it all this, I guess that's where that CRB had taken effect, and it's just it's reckoning time. That's basically what it is. It's reckoning time.
Off of what you were running through, the revenue system was run through that part of it. Now they're making it sound like that you had to have a whole separate customer base, besides a partnership. So, I mean,
right.
that can happen. What if you turn? See, remember the whole business model that maybe you get a customer and then you turn them to an IBO ship. So what happens when you do that? See, that foils the whole premise of what they're saying to do. So then when you do that, then they're gonna take away that 60% thing. Revenue's revenue. Point value is point value. It shouldn't matter. And that's where I have a problem with. And if you don't do it from that standpoint, then you're gonna have problems, and people are gonna call you out on this shit. So I don't know. And maybe some people, were saying the same thing we're saying here and filed a suit against them. I don't know. There's some suits been going on against a whole lot of these companies. Some of them I've never heard of.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of big companies are going to get lawsuits hit against them because of what they've done over the years. What's going to probably have to happen within our political system is they're going to need to clean house with especially most of these GOPers, because they're taking dark money and causing an effect and not passing bills that can help everybody. See, there's still too many people in this business that think because they're in network marketing or they're an entrepreneur that they don't get affected by this economy that's going out. Dude, revenue is revenue. If there's people who make a decision not to buy your product based off of they can't afford it versus they have to get medicine for their kid or their family, whatever, they're gonna choose their family. Fuck your business. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Then the biggest problem was probably happening with Amway. Also, in all the other ones, the supply chain thing. People want to be able to get products. So if you're having a supply chain problem, you got orders that have been backed up and then not this, you can't legally say, well, you're not meeting these criteria. Well, I ain't been able to get certain products because you got a supply chain problem. So if some of my customers can't get certain products and services, it ain't right for what you're doing. You got a supply chain problem, which is hitting everybody all over the country. So to take somebody's IBO away based off of you guys the problem, not us. We get the products from you. That's how our revenue and our point value gets calculated. But if we can't get them because of that supply chain problem, you're fucking all us. And that's what I told them guys. I had talked to somebody at Amway about this shit. I said a few times I had some order and I couldn't get it. It was back ordered to this and that. You can't legally you really are not legally looking out for the customer base or your rep base because it's not our fault that there's a supply chain problem.
Exactly.
So there's a problem that's going on, and they're gonna have to reevaluate a whole lot of shit because what they've done, basically, I'm not saying that nobody could. Oh, somebody knew that was gonna happen, but you can't put people in a situation to say they didn't have enough meet the criteria when maybe they couldn't get products because of the supply chain problem. See, they need to evaluate those kind of things. So and I told them that. I called Amway about this shit, and because I see one of the things I know being in customer service that everything is recorded. Okay, and I say things on purpose because I know it's recorded, so that all that kind of shit is gonna go up to it should go up to the higher echelon people. Okay, and when it goes up to the higher echelon, people have to look at that kind of shit. I don't know. They're gonna end up. They're gonna end up hurting a lot of things. And I was surprised. This was the biggest surprise. I didn't know Dr. Oz was a Republican.
Yeah, I didn't know that until he announced he was. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's news to me.
How legally he didn't live in Pennsylvania.
No,
he lived in Jersey or New York area. How's he legally running for the Pennsylvania Senate seat?
You're just as good as mine.
That's why I say they do what the hell they really want to do when they want to do so. They'll change the game for their whole agenda when they want to, and fuck the rest of us when they want to. See, this is what we talk about, people. We just don't talk about how to build a business and stuff. You need to understand what's going on in the world to actually really strategize to build a business, because you need to understand the problems that are in it. We're not immune to the whole system of whatever's going on and how it affects it. It affects all of us. Business, it affects all of our business, all of our pocketbooks. If you're in business, this inflation thing is affecting your pocketbook. It may not affect it in the same way as somebody working a job, because they do earn income. We do either passive portfolio type income. okay, which puts us in a different type of tax break. These are all the type of things we've been trying over the last few years trying to explain to you why most of y'all in the job are getting fucked because of the way you earn your money. The Democrats are not going to tell you this. They want you begging for their thing to help them, while the GOP don't give a fuck about nobody but the wealthy. See, we're playing a game of a two-headed coin. One wants to appear that they care when they really don't, because they're not exposing the truth to a lot of people, educating them. In the other one, at least they just come out and say, we don't give a fuck. That's where you got to take it from. And now, with all this has happened with the abortion and whatever rights they're going to try to take away, basically, to me, Supreme Court declared war on people of the United States. That's why I'm looking at it. They declare war on the people of the United States. So let's see what this White House is going to do about it.
Yeah.
They declare war. They didn't just declare war on women. That's one. But they declare war on everybody in the United States, especially those. Well, they just declare war on people in the United States. I'm not going to leave it like that, because that's where they got to look at it is. And everybody knew this was going to happen. They were hoping it wouldn't. But I don't know. It's just we're living in trying and I'm gonna say trying and dangerous times, really, right now.
Yeah.
Because people are. My mother probably don't like me saying this, but I just said, ain't nobody gonna be going out there. You know, I hear people marching. What's his name? Black guy used to have a show on BET. Roland. What's his name?
Roland Martin.
Yeah, he said all that marching and we shall overcome bullshit got stopped. We've been overcoming forever. It's time to basically say it's time to crack skull.
Roland Martin said that.
Yeah.
Roland Martin said that.
Yeah. In so many words, that's what he said. He said all that.
Now you know, for him to say that takes a lot, because he was all about marching in the streets, protesting. For him to say that, woo, that's.
They always look for black folks and brown people, and some of them whites still walk and march. They don't give a fuck about y'all marching. They don't give a damn about, when the shit was going down with the tax thing in 2008 and all them Wall Street, and them people were walking and doing their shit. They said, there them niggas again. They're going out there walking and marching like we give a fuck. They don't give a shit. Y'all need to come from a different direction. You need to stop marching. See, when what they need to do is everybody stop marching and get very quiet. So when stuff get very quiet, then that really will start thinking, okay, what they planning? Let them steam on that. Stop all that marching and jumping up and all that. And like Dr. Claude Anderson said, black people need to vote in a block. Fuck all this voting because it's Democrat or Republican, because either one of them give a fuck about you. Okay? They don't give a damn about you. This ain't about Democrat or Republican. It's about people. And the motherfuckers can't do anything about what we put them in office for. They need to get the hell out. There's got to be money. If the politics of voting until black people start understanding the people in general, politics and voting is an all economic based thing. Voting alone don't mean shit. Okay? I wish black leaders quit talking about this voting shit because that's probably how they get paid. Talking that shit. Voting alone ain't gonna solve a goddamn thing. It ain't done nothing. Black people been voting and doing this, and they want to say, well, why are they trying to suppress? They're not trying to suppress the law. Vote. That's a ploy, a distraction. They make you think they're suppressing the vote, so you come out there and do that thing, vote. If you don't come in there with some money, some economics, I guarantee you there'll be a change. They ain't suppress there's where you gonna suppress a vote where it don't help in the first place, especially amongst our communities. You don't. There's no need to suppress something where it's not economically feasible that they're getting anything from you. This is all about money, people. It's all about money. It's always been about money.
Yeah.
Until we start understanding that, yeah, they're always talking about suppressing the vote. Suppressing the vote. They ain't probably suppressing the vote. They don't give a fuck about the vote. They know they ain't gonna get shit no way. They're gonna suppress it for them. You're not bringing nothing to the table. You're not bringing no dinero. That's just a distraction. That's another distraction to get you off kill to understand what the real game is. Okay? The real game is economics, people, on all phases of politics, all of it. We ain't learned to play that economic game because all we keep doing is having a job. We got no economic state in our community to bring money. Say this is what we want from it. This is who we want in there. And if we don't get that, we're taking you shits out of here. We're pulling our funds. It's all about money. Until we start understanding that it's about money, we're gonna still keep playing that fucked up game about, oh, we gotta go here and march. We give a fuck about y'all march. You go to fuck on a march. Okay? They don't care. They shown that they don't care. The only two reasons why Trump did not win. Really one big one. One of the biggest reasons why Trump didn't win, if it wasn't for this pandemic, he probably would have won. Pandemic was making the powers that be lose money, and he didn't handle it very well.
Right.
That's the one thing. I told you, economics, politics is about economics. When the powers that be, the kingmakers start losing money, they told that pull that motherfucker out. That nigga gotta go. Okay, they were losing too much money every hour on the hour. They were losing money. When the whole world started shutting down because of that food, and nobody can do business doing business, they said, no, that nigga gotta go. That fool got to go because he's causing economic strife amongst the people. And lucky, you look at it, ain't go to the mattresses on his ass in. See, the people don't understand. It's all about all the other stuff that you hear on the news is bullshit. I'm talking about CNN, NBC, all that shit. They gotta say that because that's ratings. They ain't telling the truth. They just about their ratings and all that kind of bullshit. It's all about the plata, dinero. Okay, we got to understand that this is what it's about. All the other shit is bullshit. So, but it is what it is, man. It's always been that way. That's why sometimes I use a Godfather as a metaphor for a lot of stuff because there was a lot of political overtones, especially in the third one. There's a lot of political overtones in that, and part of the third one was for real. It happened with the Pope in the 70s. Okay, when that one there was two popes. So that was a real situations that happened. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people say, "Well, third one wasn't as good." Da, 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 da. No, you just don't You don't understand the third one because one probably wasn't around. I mean, I was younger then too, but still, I understood. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't base the third one off the first two. Those were set at a different time period.
Yep.
There was a progression
Exactly.
that happened. Even if they made a fourth one with Andy Garcia, there would have been a different progression from the 70s. That would have went into the 80s and 90s.
Yep.
See, people don't get all this shit. Americans love to be entertained. They don't want to learn shit. They just want to be entertained. But then they don't understand. They don't. Americans only care about being entertained. And I'm bad to say it, but black folks are one of the biggest leader culprits of that. Black and Latinos. All you gotta be entertained.
Yep.
But forget to understand what's behind the entertainment. So it's hard to teach people who just have one perspective of what was going on and how that affects their life in a real situation. They don't want to hear it.
Right.
Always got to be entertained. So it's just about that time. Any other thoughts before we take our month break?
Hey, it's been been a well of a year, and it ain't over. It ain't over yet.
No.
We are going. As Greg alluded to earlier. We are going into the third quarter, second half of 2022, third quarter of the fiscal year. And hey, if you haven't made any steps to step up in your business, there's still time, folks. But the clock's
You
ticking.
got 6 months. Got 6 months.
Yep. Clock's
In fact, what's today?
Ticking.
Today's
the 26th.
Okay, we got
26.
a little over less than a month till Christmas, people. 6 months till Christmas. 6 months till Christmas.
Thank you for that.
You still got time to do something, change your business or your financial outlook in life. You got 6 months.
Yep.
We got the tools, we got the strategies, we got the cookie for all that kind of stuff. But you got to reach out to us. We've been telling y'all that for the last few years, last few months, all this month. I'm not gonna chase you now. Y'all got to learn how to want something. You got to learn to ask for it. Y'all chase that. Y'all learn.
We
some
put
of y'all
ourselves
learn to chase
out
that
there. Yep. You got to reciprocate, guys. You got to reciprocate. If you don't reciprocate, we can't read your mind.
Nope. If I could read minds, there'll be a whole lot of different things.
Right. Yeah. I'm a black man, and I'm not a Jedi. I'm not a Jedi Knight. So
This is what was launched this week. Now they still got it on the MLSP site. This gives you a year, what they call a starter pack. They used to have what do they used to call that?
Basic package.
Basic level. There's no basic level as such now. The starter pack gives you a whole year of MLSP tools and services that you need to start out and get started with a business. It gives you a whole year of coaching, personal training coaching, level 1, level 2 type stuff. Okay. we've been through all this kind of stuff. They didn't have this kind of thing when we started out. Okay. But it's giving it to all people who are looking. You got to start somewhere. You got to get educated. If you want to take your business to the next level, get out of your job by the end of this year. You got 6 months left. You can do it. I advise you to take this starter pack, get some training. All we're doing is directing you to tools and services that you can get that. Now, they had some other things that were available. I don't know if they still are because they kind of closed it. Well, they kept it open till Friday too, but who knows? But I know you probably could get on the starter pack right now. If you go to that now and register and find out, I don't know. But at least it'll get you in the system to go start it out and start planning for the next 6 months for your business and the rest of your life. But we can't do it for you. You're going to have to do it for yourself. We're just directing you towards the information that we have. Okay.
Right.
Like we have, like I said, we also have weekly training every Wednesday night at 8:00. We have a weekly training on how to do this kind of stuff. And if you're serious about, learning marketing and all that, I would advise to come to that too. And that's free. That's free training. That's free information.
Every Wednesday.
We can't help you unless you help yourself. And this is where you get registered for the show. Now, like I said, registering for a show, I have a PDF that you can download that'll be free for you. We're going to be off for a month. After tonight, we're going to be back on the 31st. Same time, same back channel. We need a break, people. It is what it is. So, you got any last thoughts, Kent? Before I close out?
Oh, well, guys, hey, we will, as Greg alluded to, we will be on break until Sunday, July 31st. Hopefully, we'll have that a guest star for you. If not, we will still be on. We'll be back refreshed, ready to go, ready to do what we need to do to give you the information and just give our perspective on things, not only as it relates to your business, but also just the goings on in the nation and the world. Because even though early in network marketing they always said you want to close yourself off and this and that because you're focusing on building your business, but you can't do that. You can't do that in today's world. It seems like whatever thing is going on in another part of the world, another part of the country, sooner or later it's going to affect you. So you want to govern yourself accordingly. You want to have the knowledge on that so you can do what you need to do, not only in your business, but also in your personal life as well. And Greg and I just like to think that we do. We have the cookie to get you to access to the tools that'll get your business to the next level. We just ask, as we alluded to earlier, we just ask that you meet us halfway so we can help you help yourself.
Yep. We also have a podcast. If you into the audio type of the show, of a podcast, and I upload this show every week after the show, so you can get information there. So we got everywhere you can get our show and information with. So, like I always say, at in the end of this show, this is a Les Brown quote. It's not mine. He says that the heart attack rate goes up 3-fold, 4-fold, whatever. And we're not trying to see you do that. We're trying to get you to understand that you don't have to be subjected to the corporate structure to be dropping dead at your desk. Because if you do that, they'll have your job in the paper for your obituary, people. You don't want that. So with me and Kent, we'll say we're gonna sign off tonight, and we'll be back in a month. You guys enjoy the rest of your summer, your July. We're gonna take a break. You have a break from us. Come back refreshed, ready to go, ready to punch it to you. And we'll see you July 31st, people. Adios.